Miles, obviously you guys still lead the league with 12 takeaways, but without any in Pittsburgh, do you kind of feel responsible to kind of put that on your shoulders, get it started again?
I mean, I feel responsible for my team winning and losing every time. So I know I'm out there to make big plays, and that's what I look forward to doing every time I get the chance to. So it's on all of us, but I put a little bit more pressure on myself to make those.
Hey, when it comes to takeaways, do you feel like you guys are kind of living and dying by them? I mean, are they that crucial to everything you guys are as a defense right now?
I think every team lives and dies by them. You see, historically from the turnover margin, how teams put themselves in a hole or give themselves an advantage on winning or losing a game. So, I mean, it's not just us, it's everybody. And, it gives you a better chance to win, but it's not guaranteed. So we're trying to take those out every time we can.
Thank you, Nate. Marla Ridenauer, you have our next question.
Yeah, Myles, Baker said earlier in the week that 4-2 almost felt like 0-6. But how do you feel like you guys have progressed through the week? What's the atmosphere been like? Has everybody kind of refocused or anything?
I mean, I feel like 4-2 is 4-2, no matter how you see it. And I mean, it's one loss. We'll see him again, and we'll see the other AFC opponent again. So we'll have a chance to get revenge and avenge those losses. But it's just worrying about the next game. We got the Bengals, and last time they played at home, they won. So we have to prepare for them, and just make sure that we're on our P's and Q's. Don't let anything slip or not have any busted stunts or coverages. Make sure we're where we're supposed to be and execute.
Does Burrow look different, improved since? Have you compared, or I don't know? Do you see anything that strikes you about that?
Well, I'm not looking at him and how he's completing the ball, but I mean the guy from our first game, we could tell he was talented. So I'm going to treat him as that. He's a talented quarterback. He's going to try to get the ball out quick. They're going to max protect when they're trying to take a deep shot. When they try to do those, somebody's going to win.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marla. Tom Withers, you're up.
Thanks, Rob. Marla, you stole my question, but Myles, when you do watch Burrow, is there anything you look for other than him making completions, like certain tendencies, the way he slides, things that he may do that are subtle that maybe we wouldn't notice?
I mean, yeah, but if I tell you now and then he sees it,
I got you.
He's going to change that. But yeah, there are certain things that we see that we're trying to take advantage of. It's his first year in the league, and he's got to work through things, and then at the end of the year look at what he can work on, and so he may be able to correct it before he even gets to the end of the year. Depends on how special of a player is. But we're treating him as a great young talent. He has a great arm, he has good accuracy, and he has good timing of getting the ball out before he really needs to take those shots. He's been taking a couple, just because sometimes he puts himself at risk trying to make a big play. But he's a talented guy.
You said 4-2 should feel like 4-2. How would you characterize the way the guys have kind of responded from the loss on Sunday? I know it wasn't an easy one, but how quickly they turned the page and how focused they are on getting back on track.
I mean, we were in the building right away. Guys focused on correcting their mistakes. We're shying away. We know we didn't execute. We know we didn't play how we were supposed to, and we don't want to let that happen again. And we don't want to let one turn into two, as that has historically been done over here. So we're trying to change the standard and the culture, and that starts by going over there and starting the streak again.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, Tom. Nate Ulrich, you have our next question.
Myles, the Bengals ruled out Joe Mixon. What kind of blow is that to them, and how do you view their rushing attack without him?
I mean, Bernard is still a quality running back. I'm not going to take anything away from him. Mixon's their guy, but Bernard's no slouch, and so they're going to still try to run their offense through him, and we still have to make sure that we're in our gaps and we feel where the D line doesn't. And so I'm hoping it doesn't turn into a quick passing game like last time, where they're just trying to get the ball out before we can really put some pressure on them. But if it does, then we have to make sure that the back end or the linebackers give him the pump or look at a different read, and we're there when he does that.
Was that news to you that you made that facial expression like you were surprised that Mixon was out?
Oh, I'd heard that he hadn't practiced the last couple of days, but I was,
Okay.
I on the side of, if they're out, they're just saving until the end of the week so they can play. So I was surprised, and we got to take advantage of that. One of their key guys are out. We have to find a way to exploit that.
You have a lot of respect for him after those matchups last year when he was able to run pretty well.
Well, I was watching it on TV, but yeah, he did look good, and he's always been a solid running back. And, they paid him as that. He's able to do what they ask of him and more, and you got to respect that.
Marla Reitner has our next question.
Yeah, Myles, when you've had sort of a quiet game like last week, does that do anything to you mentally, or do you try to keep the even keel, or do you get, I don't know, I just wondered.
Well, I'm always trying to have a big game, just because, I had a more quiet game than usual last week doesn't mean I'm gonna, kind of pack it in. Like, this is what happens, I feel like I gotta turn it on every time I get on the field, not just after a big one or a big win or a big loss. So when I get out there, I'm gonna try and impact the game as best as I can.
But I presume like what the Steelers did to you is not a secret. So it's not like people are going to change their plan, right?
Well, I mean, Steelers have the weapons and the offensive line to be able to do that. Some teams don't have the offensive scheme, or I feel like sometimes they don't feel like the players to do that. And so if they're able to do that, the rest of the league's able to do that, then we'll just have to find a way around it. We'll have to scheme around it as well, and try to find a way for me to get open and make plays. So, I mean, they make adjustments, so do we.
Thanks.
Thank you, Marla. We'll go to Mary Kay Cabot.
I was going to ask you about that, Myles, about, the more success that you've had this season, the more teams are going to, try to chip you and double team you. And I saw a lot of that in Pittsburgh, obviously. As you're saying, not everybody has the personnel to be able to do that. But this past game against the Bengals was one of those games where you moved the inside and made that game-changing play, sort of kicked off a string of game-changing plays. So how can you continue to be the guy that wrecks the game and can take over the game when you're going to be double teamed and chipped like that each week?
I mean, there's going to come a time where I'm singled up, or they give me a chance to change the game. I just have to be able to always give them 100% effort, so I can take the opportunity and grab it. So there'll be a time where I'm inside and they'll single me up, or I'm outside and they don't have a chipper, he's just releasing, and I got to be able to him my one-on-one just like everybody else.
And do you play the game within the game too, just in terms of NFL Defensive Player of the Year? I mean, Nick Bosa's out this year, Chandler Jones is out this year, Aaron Donald, and you are kind of running neck and neck. I mean, do you kind of out of the corner of your eye keep an eye on some of that stuff?
I mean, I watch. I wanted those guys to play because not only do I like when teams are they're best, and there's no excuses. You're seeing someone at their complete potential, and there's nothing can be said on the other side. It's just supposed to be a great game, and for those guys, for those teams, I have sympathy for them, because I feel like they want to be out there. They want to be able to make an impact. And Chandler coming off a great year, looking forward to having another one, and he's just getting better and better. And so is Bosa, coming off a quality rookie year. And so I like to see those guys make an impact. They make me want to strive to do better. Just because I do watch their games. I do see how they're beating their guys, and they're making an impact and affecting opposing offenses, and that just makes me want to be a better player, and it makes me strive for greatness. And so I do see Donald. Everybody sees Donald. He's a monster, and I can't let it get to me, and I gotta outplay him. I'm not playing Donald. I'm playing I'm playing the Bengals. I can only take the plays and the one-on-ones and the matchups that are given to me. And when they're there and they're apparent, I have to take advantage of them, just like him.
Thank you.
We'll take one final question, and that goes to Scott Petrick.
Hey, Myles, I get what you're saying about it only being one loss and you have to move on it. I'm just curious, how do you reconcile that with last week saying that was going to be a defining game for you and the Steelers?
I mean, it's always a defining game, going against a couple of the best in the division. Seeing as Ravens, Steelers, and they both have gotten one over on us. But again, we get to see them again, and we get to see it at our house. So I feel like, they just like they got one over on us, we can do the same thing, and we can even it up and have a good chance at the end of the year to extend our season.